Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long goes 1975. A YouTuber's on the rise, reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long goes 1975.
This is Galaxy Force 2 on the Amiga, released by Activision in, I want to say, 1989. They also released it on the Spectrum. I have a gameplay of that. The Amstrad, the Commodore 64 and the Atari ST. There is a version on the Master System that was done by Sega, which I also have a gameplay of, which I loved on my Master System back in the day. It got great reviews by CVG. It gets bashed now. I think it's a really, really impressive game back for then in the time, especially when you consider it against stuff like Afterburner. I also have a port of the Mega Drive version, which is port play, sorry, of the Mega Drive version, which is pretty pants. But then compared to this, to be fair, I've only played this very briefly. You could argue it's an absolute masterpiece. I also have a gameplay of the arcade version running on MAME, which is an arcade game which was released in 1988, and it ran on the Sega Y hardware, and the game was developed to take full advantage of that, because that was like their pinnacle sprite scaling hardware at the time, and the idea was to blow everyone's faces off, which it absolutely clean did. Obviously the sprite scalers, Sega was on a massive run of success back then, you know, Afterburner, Outrun, Thunderblade, you know, Space Harrier, and so this was just a natural progression. Afterburner in space. The people who made it were, all of them would eventually go on to become AM1, so this is basically an AM1 game before AM1 even existed. And yeah, basically it's your standard, you know, space type adventure. You pilot a brand new ship called the Tri-Z or Tri-Z, I don't know, depending upon where you are. I'm going to say Tri-Z because I'm English and that's the correct way to pronounce the letter. And there were 4 Empire types trying to take over the entire galaxy because, you know, why not? So then later on Galaxy Force 2 came out, which is, this is a port of, which basically just had 2 extra levels. So I'm guessing this should have 6 levels and not 4, based on the Bastard Truth That Never Lies Wikipedia's entry, because that's for Galaxy Force 1. Because Sega did that a lot. It's like Afterburner and Afterburner 2, that had a couple of extra levels, remix sound of music, sorry, but it was essentially the same game. This, surprisingly, on the Spectrum, it's better than it had any hope to be. Like I said, I have a gameplay of it, but I don't know how well the other ports were received. This has a massive bezel, and obviously I'm running this on my A500 Mini, and I've tried to map the keys because, excuse me, you play it with your joypad, but A is accelerate and Z is brake. Anyway, fire. Right, Galaxy Force 2, there you go, Activision, they were the guys who released it. Dementia were the people who developed it. Right, fire. See, A, accelerate, Z, decelerate, F1, pause, F2, music, sound effects, and F10, self-destruct, because of course you would want to do that. I see how that makes no difference, just playing as far as you can and then dying. Pretty sure that wasn't in the arcade. There was a hydraulic cabinet, and then wasn't there that big... what was it? I don't think it was quite up there with the cabinet that G-Lock was in, but there was like a proper fucking... almost 360 rotating something cabinet. I don't know, I can't remember. I'm thinking about the pictures they put of it in your Sinclair's arcade section, which obviously was a specky magazine. Fire. So there's 5 levels. So there were 4 in the original arcade and they added 2 extra levels. Why do I only have 5 levels? Obviously I'm probably missing a trick. Anyway, so you can pick any level to start on first. It's rinse and repeat, isn't it? Fly along a planet's surface, blowing up ground stuff, blowing up air stuff. Well, the first level's in space, isn't it? At least in the arcade and on the Mega Drive. And then go inside a Death Star, a planet, or something like that. Hey, the music's funky. And the bass on these, which are obviously going to make fuck all difference to you guys, but the bass on these speakers is, yeah, I'm telling you. Right, so anyway, they are labelled then, so see, this should be space then. That is good music. Scene A, level 1, accelerating brake's going to be a bit awkward, but yeah. So, look, is that my lives? That's my Tri-Z. Anyway, we're in space. You have, oh dear, but they're trying. You have laser guns, which we hold down for this. Right, bottom left is the accelerator. Press A. There you go. and decelerate, and then to the right of that is shield. Then it tells you what game it... Oh, penetrating planet. I didn't even buy a dinner first. That's a bit awkward. Oh, this is... Oh, I feel queasy. Right, anyway. I had heard that it's very difficult. Right, we're gonna decelerate to get round corners. Without... Well, we've chucked on our anchors to such a level that... How do you corner? Right. I can't see the accelerator is going to help me around the corners. I really, really can. But we're going to try it anyway. So yeah, you have lasers, like think you're at your Vulcans in Afterburner, and then you have missiles, space missiles. But you only have a limited amount of them. I think it was a gameplay I watched of Kim Justice on Sega arcade ports to the Amiga, and she said, it's been a while, that yeah, good luck flying around corners in this. Right, so I guess we'll go back to that level. It's trying. It was never going to do a perfect representation of the arcade, obviously, but yeah, certainly the Mega Drive version, which I always kind of, you know, lambasted, looks like a fucking Picasso compared to this. Anyway, fire. I do like the fact that you start in your hangar. Speed up. Controls are inverted. That's kind of cool. You get to the planet, and not just because I've got accelerate, but you get to the planet bloody quickly, man. Look. Penetrate fortress. Too much going on for my freaking eyes. Why did... You can't. Look, I'm still full speed, but when you hit the wall, your anchors go fully on. This is fucking unplayable in this bit. Right, yoink. Well, positives. Your craft looks like your craft. Shouldn't there be... This is shite, I can tell you that now. Shouldn't there be something in there? By the way, that fuck off big number at the bottom that's in yellow is my energy. I'm going to keep my speed at this. There should be big flames. No, it's not. Is it? TIE Fighters, you stole them, didn't you? Yeah, they're big flames. Right, check them out on the Master System. They're actually pretty impressive. This is jumpy as tits. I was going to say the frame rate is awful, but I think I'd be better off saying it's... What frame rate? But I am determined to go through as many of these Sega arcade ports as I can on this machine, because while I was in Mega Drive Town at this point, all the poor unfortunates with their Amigas, this was the only way they could play these games. That's a bit harsh, because obviously trying to think of... Hey, Super Hang On is a very good port on this. Right, I guess we go with level 2. Is that where we were? So is Shadow Dancer. There are some good ports on here, but yeah. But I still got to go through the absolute stinkers. And I'm talking about Sega ports, right? Scene B, level 2. Yes. But, with the exception that I can't go around corners... Yoink. Yeah, the frame rate is all over the shop. Power up. I don't know how I fire that will lock on. Break out your glow bombs. Listen to this. Right, so that's how I lock on. They lock on automatically. When you fly up and down like that, my god, I feel nauseous. Right, are you just going to be tits hard again? Up and down seems to avoid these cannons, but my real nemesis will show up any minute now. You know, like Joker's Batman's nemesis? Mine, apparently, is fucking corners. See, look. Oh, it gives you instructions, but the problem is, regardless of how... Oh, see, the fucking stupid thing is, because I can't map accelerate or decelerate, I have to look at the keyboard. I'm sat in a perfectly dark room, so that's out of the question. We'll just go through the levels then, but ultimately, as soon as I get to penetrate the fortress, awkward, I'm fucked. Because I can't corner. I might be obviously missing a massive trick, so if I am, by all means, let me know. My brother never had this back in the day, but if he did, we would have had someone else on the keys doing accelerate and brake. Oh, look at that. Speed seems to be going all kinds of... That's a power-up drone then. All kinds of funky tits. I think this is running alright. I don't know anymore when I say that. I think this is running alright, but then I should probably get a white stick. And then, right, we're going tits out. They've tried something. It was probably banged out in an incredibly short What? There was no hole. Awkward. Incredibly short production period to meet a very steep deadline so they could bang it out for Christmas, because that was always the case with these things. Do you not get any continues? I mean, I guess you could argue that they're ultimately pointless because you can start at any level. Level 4. Yeah, see, it's just moved me on. And then there's level 5, which is the water level. I'll be quite interested to see that. If you ever play the arcade version, is it on one of the Sega Ages collections? I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it made it to the Saturn. But if you ever play the arcade game, I personally, mind you, I still think sprite scales look fantastic. Think it looks incredibly impressive, even today. So look, different ways of you, like, I think I came off an aircraft carrier then. Different ways to leave the ship. I'm going full power up, speed up, because I won't be able to change to it when I penetrate the fortress. Yoink! Am I out of shields already? Jesus. He can't help me. That's seizure inducing though, isn't it? It really is. I'll honestly give you, for the limitations of the machine, the Spectrum version's better, and you want to know why? Because you can actually go around a corner. I'm not asking this game to fucking let me reverse park or anything, but like I said, what's the point of telling me which... Ooh! Oh, infuriating. Which way to turn if you won't let me fucking turn? Or I can. I guess it must be to do with the way that they... No, we're going back. To do with the way that they, I don't know, coded the way the tunnel moves, the 3D. See, look, now we're out of it. Now we're out of a bloody big hole in the floor. So if we got a base under the planet's surface, why are we fucking attacking it? I'll give it its due. As limited as the stuff on the floor is, it does go fucking Harry Clappers, doesn't it? When you, you go flat out. This is my... Right, and then the other thing here, 4 missiles. Look at me, cheeky fucker. If you do make a corner, but you got to get so close to the wall that you hit the wall, and then you still won't make the turn on the other side. This is fucking awful. Look, oink. Jesus. Stop me if you heard this one. Jesus walks into a butt, sorry. Oh, here we go. Yet, mission 1 clear. Oh, even though it says level, it doesn't matter which sequence you clear the planets in. I mean, the other thing I'd like to say is, and it's probably, I've probably already mentioned it, see mission 2 top left now, score top right, it's probably an Atari ST port, but, where's the fucking no? There we go, sorry. In the meantime, I got shot to tits. It's probably an Atari ST port because of that massive bezel at the bottom of the screen. All that information could have been included on the screen. And it's, I was going to say it's there to keep up the speed, but like the frame rate goes all kinds of over the shot. Got up and down to worry about. See? Why do you need a self-destruct when the tunnel sections are damn near unplayable and brutal? I mean, if you've got to end your life that much... I mean, alright, I guess to be fair, you could say, shit, we're going in a planet. I know how badly this fucking plane, my Tri-Z, handles. Bollocks, I'll just kill myself. It's just quicker and easier. Look, Kev BS. Apparently the only 2 people who played the game are Bill and Kev. I imagine they're the only 2 people who play tested the game, which is why it got fucking passed. Because this would have been 25 quid, wouldn't it? Anyway, positives. Music's awesome. I like the title. Anything else? Nice rainbow effect on the Activision logo. That's about it. Right. Go back to this one. Yeah, like I said. I mean, the Mega Drive version's not terrible. I think it's quite a small cartridge, and obviously there is no sprite scaling hardware on the Mega Drive, although it doesn't stop Outrun from being absolutely Jim Dandy. Yeah, it's a bit much in it like this, but I swear this is the only way you can get through the tunnel sections, which is very hit or miss. But yeah, the Mega Drive version now, has a whole new level of appeal. Right. Look. It's like you almost need an analog controller. I wish there weren't any. Because the way the roof goes, look how fucking narrow. It's because it's the last stage. It's not the last stage, but you know what? See, look. Yeah, some sort of analog controller. Some sort of game coded, new version of this game recoded entirely from scratch would be in order. What was that? I went in and came out the other side. Awkward. Yeah, apparently. Oh wait, look. See, look. It automatically keeps. You keep going up or down, depending on whether you're nearer to the floor or nearer to the roof when the undulation kicks in. Then you seem to be pulled in one direction. Anyway, one more go. Basically, I played this. You don't have to. You're welcome. This is crap. This is crap. I'm glad I played it because I want to do as many of the Sega ports as I can, but this is crap. Did I mention this is crap? This is crap. The Master System version, while your plane or your spaceship looks a little bit funky compared to this, absolutely wipes the floor with this. And the Spectrum version, seriously, monochromic and chunky or not, what it has over this is it's playable. I'm going to keep my speed like this now, see if somehow I'd be doing this the wrong way. Also, those flame effects on the Master System version are way better. I do like the attempt when the ships come in from behind you that they try to, you know, do sprite scaling. Oh look, the scenery's gone all fucking mental. Also, having the Penetrate Fortress logo flicker like that, not a good move, kids. Ooh, welcome to Browntown. Your ship's alright. Right. See what I mean? You've got to hug it, or you're not going to make the call. But if you do hug it, you hit the wall. And if you don't hug it, you're not going to make the next turn. I made the next turn. Oh, I think only the space level then what lets you destroy the thing in one go. This is too much for my tiny little brain to take. What shall I play next? Shout out Sega Arcade port that I haven't played to play next. Shall I do G-Lock? I don't know, the sprite scalers, yeah, I mean, well look, Turbo Outrun, I thought that was alright. Outrun was fucking awful. Super Hang-On was alright. Thunderblade is just balls horrifically hard. Absolutely fucking horrendously hard, but I guess I should play it at some point. Anyway, as always, I'd love to know what you think, especially if you played this back in the day in the arcade, on the Mega Drive, on the Master System, or on any of these micros. What did you think? Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later.